Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. This is Howson's Brew. Again, for the purposes of this video, I will be Stephen Howson. Howson is on holiday. He's in Cornwall, of all places.
Lovely. Miles away.
Absolutely miles away. But we'll honour his spirit today. And we've got two very special guests, actually. We've got Andy Tate back on the channel after a little bit. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah?
I'm okay, mate.
Not had your best week, have you? But we'll come to that later on.
Yeah, I'll come back to that later.
Yeah, and Joe McGrath here as well, star of radio and of YouTube.
Thank you. I could be a wish Stephen Howson if you want me to be.
Yeah, go on then. What's the wish?
No, like the website.
Yeah, I know. We're
We're having a laugh early doors.
It's the banter. It's seamless.
Yeah.
I said a joke. You didn't get it. Perfect. How are you?
I'm very well.
I haven't really seen you much since lockdown.
I know.
From what I can see, you've had a haircut and you've got a new shirt.
I've got a new shirt and I thought I'd bring it to the Stretford Paddock today. Also, the aircon here is lovely. So it's kind of like, I mean, I could stay here all day.
It's weird seeing you on a video not sweating. Because normally you're outdoors and you're racing about, sweat dripping down your head.
Such a sweaty man. I'm so sweaty.
I've noticed your videos, right? Honestly, amazing. Plug them if you want.
Get me on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, guys.
The great thing about Joe is, this is your favourite thing to do. Do you know the food reviews you do, which are really good? Again, plug them.
Plug them. The Mank food reviews. Get on it.
You love this, don't you? You love being stood outside the front of a
You've
restaurant.
been waiting all day to do this.
I
can tell you Joe's coming out.
He loves being stood outside the front of a restaurant and doing this. Right, come on, let's go. He loves waving the camera forward with two fingers.
Like the camera isn't going to come in with me anyway.
Check it out. And then you race
yeah,
in.
he did Tony's Chippy and Colt. So
Yeah,
did you like that one?
That was my local growing up.
I love Tony's Chippy.
Yeah, well, thank you for watching the videos, but I'm going to move away from doing some food. I'm still going to do food stuff, but look at me. Need to chill out for a bit.
Yeah, how about we do some exercise videos for a few months?
Yeah. Gee.
Well, Max and Paddy one.
I'm going to say, you just said, look at me. You've opened the door.
You told me I need to go do exercise videos.
No, I didn't say that.
Like Davina McCall.
Imagine Joe McGraw's fitness video.
Fit in 15 seconds. Right, anyway.
Go on.
I've had a lovely time so far.
Good. Jadon Sancho is officially signed for Manchester United today. We're going to be talking about that. We're also going to be talking about Paul Pogba, the latest with him, as one man comes in, potentially another one going out, and we're going to look at a little bit more at pre-season and what's been going on with that. Let's start with Sancho.
Yeah.
We've had my opinion on it on the channel already today. For anyone who hasn't seen that, we went live as soon as the lad was announced. For those who don't know, I'm sure everyone does, signed till 2026 with an optional 6th year, taking him to 2027. That's basically, he's taken the number 25 shirt,
which is a bit bizarre.
Which is
what
one,
was
isn't
up
it?
for him? What could he have got? I mean,
what was available? Not a lot.
No,
16.
That's a legendary shirt.
It's a legendary shirt, but it doesn't really suit a winger, does it? It's not. We've seen it sort of midfielders, generally speaking, wearing that shirt. So, I mean, people are saying 7, but that wasn't available.
Yeah.
Specifically.
I'm guessing the 11 is still not available.
You start with a certain number and you work your way up, didn't it? A certain Marcus Rashford started at 39 and look where he is now.
Yeah.
So true.
But yeah, I don't. Let me know what you think to the numbers thing, because I'm not the biggest. Yeah. I don't really mind the numbers thing. I like maybe if you're going to buy a kit and you want Sancho 7, I get that. But in a way, Sancho 25 is going to be almost more iconic because it's like that's where it started.
Yeah,
so I mean, if he goes on to be incredible for United, let's say he takes the number 7 after Cavani goes,
but
you've got a 25 shirt.
Hey, Man United missed it. JD7.
Oh.
JD7.
JD7.
He might get 25 goals this season or assists. You know what?
Nice.
Got
a bit wordy toward the end, didn't it?
Sorry,
JS7.
JS7.
JS7's nice.
Yeah, it sounds like a pop group. Yeah.
People saying 2 + 5 = 7, but 25 isn't 2 + 5, is it?
What you on about? Yeah, it could be 2 times 5, 10.
Yeah.
Oh,
divide. Just as cheeky. 25 is coming, says Andrew Hunt. It's just like twist on Adam McCullough's 21 is coming. Like the video, please, if you haven't liked it already.
Thank you.
Mambo Sancho 25. Doesn't quite work, but I like the effort there. Let's get into it a little bit about what this means for United then. Because I haven't really spoke to you about Sancho in a few months, Andy. I've not been on a video with you in quite a bit. What do you make of that signing, the fact that he's coming in? The first time we've bought a right winger with the intention of playing him on the right-hand side since Antonio Valencia in 2012. Long overdue, innit?
Very promising. Quite relieved to the soul proper that it's been over the last year. We've basically they've had to do it quick.
Yeah.
Because of the Euros and that, and the PR disaster that came at the end of the season with the Super League, and it's done. And I'm just we move on and try and get other targets. But it's imaginative. I can't pronounce it, but
imaginative. That's an imaginative way of saying imaginative.
Imagine what you can do.
Yeah, I'll try.
It's been so long coming, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's weird because Andy's right. He said there about we've done it quick. Yeah. This summer we've done it quick, but it's also been dragging on for a year, which is weird. But we have announced it pretty early in the window.
Yeah, I'm excited that it's pretty early on, so we can embed into the team. Obviously, you know some of the guys from the England squad and. Going into the next season, that relationship can just build, and I'm excited to see him. He looked cool in that new top as well.
Yeah, it's a good-looking top, isn't it?
It's sort of... At the start, I was like, ooh, seeing Sancho in it. Yeah, can you see a bit of it? It's really looking the business now. I thought it just got me a bit hyped for the season, seeing him and seeing the promo stuff that he was doing, the films and the gifts.
What did you make of that? Because it was... a bit more. It was more sort of almost United focused video, wasn't it? Not obviously Sanchez playing the piano is the one that people look at as sort of the moment the sort of Wolf of Wall Street party crashed, wasn't it? That was the peak garishness of a video, wasn't it? At the time it felt quite fun and light-hearted, but it's looked back on as like, what were you doing? Bad signing, bad video. But this one was almost like a lot of shots of the city, a lot of shots of Old Trafford. It was more sort of United focused, and Sancho happens to be in it than it was welcome this, elite Jadon Sancho.
I like that. I like that a bit more restrictive, and it's a bit more about the club rather than the person. Well, even when Pogba returned and you had Storms on the Storms video.
That was good though, wasn't it?
It was a great video, but it was just about him, wasn't it? It was all him. But it's nice to see that Sancho's going to be fitting that team. I'd like to see the link-up play and getting used to the strikers and the way we do things, and I'm sure Ollie will have a lot of time within the pre-season, all these games. So come the start of the season, when we need him, big first game, obviously at home, I'm excited to see him on the pitch. I hope he doesn't do that thing, Ollie, sometimes where he gets a new player and he just eases them in over a couple of months.
Oh, like Donny Van de Beek.
Imagine if he Van de Beeks him. Imagine if this time next summer, Jadon started 6 Premier League games and he's not been injured.
I don't think I'll be in a job if he does that.
That'd be funny, he's screaming, throwing stuff at the camera.
I want to see him on the team sheet straight away.
Yeah, me too.
Premier League game, let's have it.
What are you thinking? He's going to win it. There's no doubt about that. We're messing about, but how do you think with Rashford looking? Although actually, I was going to say, looking like he's getting the surgery. The last few things we've heard from Ole is that he's sort of, Rashford's still deciding whether to get the surgery. Surely it's a time is of the essence thing when you're talking about recovery time. To me, the longer this drags on, the less likely it is that Rashford has that shoulder surgery. But anyway, with the prospect that Rashford could be out having his surgery, Sancho's going to be our, main winger, if you like. How important is it that he hits the ground running? Do you think he will?
Yeah, he's a Manchester lad. He knows he's played a little bit of Premier League football.
I don't know if he has, but he's played.
He knows the City. He knows Manchester. He knows the vibe. He knows the rivalry with City. Yeah. And obviously, and I'm sure he'll hit the ground running because he's been itching to get this. He even asked, I think he asked Rashford last year, is there anything you can do to push it over the line when Dortmund were asking silly money?
Yeah. What are your thoughts on where this puts us in terms of like favourites for the title next season? Because second, it's we may lose Paul Pogba, but we can sort of address that if that ever happens. But we have so far improved our first team, not just our squad. Have we improved it enough with just Sancho?
No, I don't think with just Sancho improved it enough. It's a tiny paper over the cracks that you mentioned before about what happened in the summer. There are certain other names and signings that we float around, the Varane stuff and maybe even losing Pogba. What do we do then? We don't just let him leave. Surely we've got a plan B and who we bring in. And if we can get that centre back to partner so well, Maguire, who had a storming summer, and he's just an absolute legend, grows on everyone more and more, and what a captain he is. And then the midfield comes solid. We've got an attacking lineup for next season that can really compete. We saw what Cavani can do, and if he can stay fit and get the assistance, and Ollie uses him to his max, I think we'll be. We last time we came second, Jose Mourinho was in charge, and I think we got Fred in the summer, Lee Grant,
Diogo Dalot,
and that was it.
Yeah.
Well, we came second this summer. City haven't really done anything yet, but they will do because the City have got a bit of money. We are starting to build, so we're fighting. I hope we are. What we did a couple of years ago was absolutely crazy, wild. Doing better.
It's sort of almost overshadowed by Jose's meltdown around it.
Yeah,
but really, that was a disgraceful summer, wasn't it?
It was disgraceful. Yeah. I mean, there's an expectation now. We have to be fighting for all competitions between now this season. Because last season it was just like a damp squid. It just dropped off, and it was so disappointing to lose the Europa League final. And the demand there is if we're not in the top two fighting at Christmas, questions are going to be asked. We're not in the Champions League second phase. There's going to be questions asked.
Yeah, that group stage is big as well, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, whilst I think we definitely should have got out of that group stage anyway, the home game against PSG, we had enough chances to at least get a draw in that game.
You know we're capable of doing it.
Yeah, we're capable of it. We did have a ridiculously difficult group last time. PSG and Leipzig is about as difficult as it gets. But that's no excuse. We still should have got through. Hopefully we can, for once, have a bit of an easier group.
I like it. Some Champions League nights as well, especially if Old Trafford stays open. With the fans back, and a good European run. The watch-longs here, the fine cams out there, just that vibe on a midweek.
Even domestic cups, man. Well, I say we reached the cup final. I'm still fuming over the FA Cup final to Leicester, quarter-final.
Quarter-final,
Semi-final against City. I don't want to be nearly men again.
No.
Yeah. I want to get to... We got to something and we didn't deliver at the final hurdle.
Yeah.
And this is what we have to go. It's game by game.
Speaking of game by game, a player that, when he got injured, our sort of title run ended pretty much. Same time, Paul Pogba last season. Apparently he's rejected a 350 grand a week contract from United. That's a lot, isn't it?
A lot of money,
imagine being so confident in yourself that someone comes to you and says, I want to give you £350,000 a week, and you say no.
No, that is...
Can you believe it?
It's filth.
It's mad, isn't it?
It's just pure filth.
Not that's not a Paul Pogba thing. That's just a football thing, isn't it? And I'm not blaming him personally for that, but it's insane that any human could ever be in that position where you're like, no,
I'm okay.
So Harry Kane's worth 160 million. Jog on. It's stupid.
It's insane.
Insane numbers.
And like we were saying last night on the Transfers Live, it's like, well, they've got the money. Well, all the big clubs in the world are like hundreds of millions or billions in debt. So it's not like it's not sustainable, is it? Like Barca's $1 billion, Madrid's $1 billion, Bayern Munich are struggling for cash. All the Italian teams are struggling for cash. It's like these sorts of numbers aren't sustainable.
I think we're living in a bubble. Weirdly will break. And I think the one thing we've got for us as United and is that we have built our own youth academy, who's one of the best, is the best in the world. Yeah. If the bubble does break, especially with
I think it already has.
The money stuff can't continue because if the contracts keep going up and up and up, we'll get to a point where it's just not sustainable at all.
Well, Barca are basically feeling that now, aren't they?
Oh, they really
been on
are.
Over €1 million a week for multiple years now. Yeah. And oh no, we're $1 billion in debt.
Does it take them to court the players to take pay cuts? I read that the other day.
Yeah,
who knows what's going to go on there.
They're going to have to offload a lot of...
they're like going up to players like, I know you got 2 years left on your contract. Do you want to just head off?
That is bizarre.
Do you want to leave work early and never come back? Yeah. That's like going to Titty like, you can head off if you want. We're good.
We're doing that with swaps. It's like with the old football stickers.
Yeah, exactly.
Swapping players out. We'll give you Griezmann. Yeah. We'll take that.
It's weird, isn't it?
It's bizarre.
Pogba seemed to be... it's PSG, that seems to be showing the most interest for Pogba.
Would he get more from PSG than 350, or
I don't know.
Does he not?
I don't think it's about that. I think he might be sick of United.
I think
you want to join an amateur Scottish league in the French league?
Is that what you're saying?
It's amateur. The French league, it's all it is. He's driven by.
Good though, aren't they?
No, of course, yeah, of course. All it is just it's Europe, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's Europe.
11 of the sort of 20 games to see, 20 teams you're playing are like championship teams. Let's be honest. In terms of attendance, it's worse. A lot of them, you're looking at, in the teens of thousands.
I mean, the only one I could think of back in the day could rival PSG if they've got the ground for it is Marseille, but even them they can't.
Lyon,
get it.
another one who had good history. But was it Lille won the league there last season? So I guess they've got that. I mean, Pochettino couldn't go there and win trophies all of a sudden, could he? No, he won a trophy like his 3rd game, and everyone's like, the curse is broken, and then he doesn't win the league.
It's the easiest league to win.
There's one team in the league, and they didn't even win it.
They won it 7 years on a spin, though, didn't
they? And he's lost it.
Of course they
did have Cavani and Zlatan.
Yeah, Cavani and Zlatan, and back a bit Pastore and Marquinhos and Thiago Silva. They've had so many good players, and even now, Neymar and Mbappe isn't enough to beat Lille.
It's crazy. I hope because Pogba's French, he might just want to go home. He might just want to, see out his career back at his homeland, make himself a bit of a legend, win a couple more leagues. Because maybe I don't know if he believes it in United at the minute. And
it's just one of them. And to be honest, in the last 5 years, PSG have got much closer to winning the Champions League than United have. You know, we can't.
There's no denying it.
Argue that, can we?
Mate, a final, a quarter. Was it semi-final?
Yeah, I think they got to the semi-final last year.
Lost to City. Yeah, so yeah. Definitely.
Because he's not won it yet, has he? But you get to the final with Juventus.
I don't know if it was in that final when they lost to Barca. Either way, he's never won it for certain.
And if he does win it, it kind of ticks a lot of his boxes then, because it was the World Cup and obviously of that, and it's just one of those.
3 Scudettas as well.
Yeah, so yeah.
I mean, his amazing goal against Switzerland, then in the last minute he loses the ball and Switzerland go up the other end and score.
Sorry, I don't know this. Do you know the transfer deadline? Is it got pushed back a bit? Is it like September, start of...
No, I think it's...
End of August, is it?
Yeah.
I can't be bothered with this being a whole thing till then, if you get me.
Yeah.
It's one
transfer
of those
deadline
where
day is
if
the
it's going
31st
to
of
happen,
August.
Just get it done, because you don't want... If your season plans include Paul Pogba, and then at the last minute he's gone, then you're like, we've got no replacement.
Yeah, because it's not like we're selling, like, no offence to him, Diogo Dalot, someone like that, where it's like, he's not... We don't really need to replace him directly anyway, because he's not in the squad. He was on loan last season. Or if he goes, that doesn't affect our plans. If Paul Pogba goes, he's one of the first names on the team sheet. We need to have that replacement sorted. To me...
I mean, Donny van der Beek, if he hits the ground running and they start the season, he could be like, this is ready, this is ready, replacement, ready to go.
Do you think he's capable of that?
He might have to be. He might not have a choice. Hey! He might not have a choice. Yeah,
you're Paul Pogba now.
Gone. Get here.
Yeah.
Might not have a choice, though.
Yeah, exactly.
But if we do lose him at the last minute...
maybe he's ready for it. Maybe he wants to step up. Because we've got a decent player there, and there's definitely something about him. You know, he cost a good bit of money. Use him, I don't know.
It would
just
be
if
Donny goes, is sold to get another player, I will be really angry and disappointed for him.
Yeah. Do you think...
Yeah, it's not fair on the lad.
I don't think you're selling for much either, do you?
You start signing at the summer.
Really? Yeah.
You start signing at the summer, and you sold him on for the following year, and he's hardly played.
Do you think you get most of it back?
I think you get 30 million quid for him. Just because he's got a lot of talent still. You could just say it didn't work out. We got most of the Lukaku money back. We got most of the Di Maria money back. Like, and, what was it, 75 million paid for Lukaku, sold him for 65?
I mean, I'm interested, Ruben Neves.
Yeah.
Jesse Lingard, let swap him.
Swap him,
why not?
Do you think
Jesse Lingard good as well, you? Jesse Lingard. It's good, it's nice.
Jesse, where are you from?
I'm from Stockport.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's
I'm from Ancoats.
Did you?
Which is just a bit like you could throw a ball there. I couldn't. I've got weak arms.
No, but a cannon or an aeroplane could get a ball there pretty quick.
Fire a cannon to Fallowfield.
Could you? Do you think?
Probably start something.
You could certainly fire a sniper rifle there if you shot it like at 45 degrees and just hoped it landed.
Might land at Granny Mary's garden.
Fallowfield's about what? A mile and a half away?
Yeah,
it's not that far, is it?
What Fallowfield? If you know Manchester, it's not too far away.
No.
But he says Lingard really well. I like the way he said it.
Say it again.
Lingard.
Yeah. Because your accent is like, even for Mancunians, is particularly good, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I've had people. So I've had there's a certain tone in it from down the M62 which I don't like.
What? Do you know who else? Do you know?
My father-in-law says I sound like a bit like a Scouser.
Because Jordan gets the same thing. Jordan, who comes on our channel occasionally, presents here for Stretford Paddock. People say to him, "Is he Scouse?" And he's like, "No, he's fucking
he's
Manc."
I've never met Jordan.
Have you not?
No.
You're not going to either with that sort of attitude, mate.
Hi, Jordan, if you're watching.
50 million quid then for Pogba. What is right? Let's go around now. Let me know in the comments as well. 50 million quid. Take it or leave it to PSG right now. What are you saying?
Sell it. Just sell him.
Yeah.
Use it quick.
Yeah.
Get
it done.
If the deal's done by
the deal's done by fucking 6 p.m. today.
I'm picking up the phone.
It's got to be done. It's got to be done by the first game.
I just can't. It can't be nice for the team, innit? Sancho's coming in. He's seen his Pogba. Obviously, you look up to him. He's an older player. You want to learn off him. And next thing you know, he's out and he's a bit worried. And there'll be a level of anxiety amongst the team. Like, where are we going to start next season? Is he going to be there? And that anxiety should just stop and not build.
I mean, I'm surprised any of his friends at any of the team. Are you staying or what?
Yeah.
No, I mean, they must have had private conversations. What? No. Just banter. Are you staying or what? Are you together on this? Are we a team? Are you gonna just go?
I'm sure there's a lot of that
circus.
Banter,
what it is.
But you got to think though, if you're a footballer, like, have you ever watched? I can't remember
Green Street.
No, not Green Street. I think it's a baseball thing. Yeah,
Moneyball
Moneyball
with Brad Pitt.
Obviously, that's fictionalised, but it's based on a true story. Have you not seen that?
Never seen it.
Mad that you would say it. You'd say who's in it and then say never seen it.
I've never seen it.
I mean,
is it about the guy who owns McDonald's who bought a baseball team?
Stop it now. Right, so he buys they've got this baseball team, but they're ringing up players and going, right, you're leaving. Where are you going? Cardinals. Right, whatever. But it's this sort of understood thing of like, you bring them in, you tell them they're going, they're gone. And it's not quite like that in football because there's agents and there's more going on.
We don't have bats either.
But what I'm saying is, surely as a footballer, you're used to your best mate moving to another country at the blink of an eye. That happens all the time in football. I don't think there'll be the same, Rashford and Bruno walking around the training ground going, I'm worried about this Pogba thing. I think they think he might go, because that's what footballers do. But I don't necessarily think they're worried about it. I just think it's part of football. Do you not think that?
But I do like it. Like, I know you're getting.
Obviously, they don't want their mate to leave, and they don't want the club to get worse. But I think it's so understood as a footballer.
Supposed to be a team unit.
I get that.
There's the gel in the place. I mean, what if Cam just left one day?
But we're not footballers.
Yeah, but
I can understand.
We're friends.
I mean, I can understand.
But we're friends.
And if
He's
Cam
meant to
left,
meet
I'd
something.
be sad.
I can understand Neymar. He was in Messi's shadow, and PSG come in like that, and he's like, this is a chance to come out the shadow. When he's gone there, all right, he's come out a little bit.
Shadow now,
he's in Mbappe's shadow, but a chance comes in your lifetime to take it, and you got to seize it. I mean, I can understand that for anybody in any walk of life, but are you with the team? Or is your mind going elsewhere?
And of course, obviously, they would want some sort of clarity from him. Are you staying or are you going? Just sort it out. I'm not saying that the club, the players are walking around going, well, who cares if he goes? I'm not saying that. But I think surely as a professional sportsman, there must be this thing of like, sometimes your best player, your best mate, just fucking moves and it's shit.
No, but the drive of last season, the failure of losing the Europa League final, that's got to spur everybody on. But if it doesn't spur Pogba on, you got to ask.
Just checking the comments there, asking about whether people would take 50 million for him like that, get rid. Pretty much everyone's saying, take the money. Yeah. Neves, Saul, Milinkovic, Savic, Goretzka, all excellent Pogba replacement that make us better. That's disciple of Ole. It does seem as though... it's weird because, and I'm not saying it's the same people. I think, the big fans of Pogba that when he plays really well, come out and say, they've got the confidence to say, look, he's our best player. How could you ever dare sell him? And then he doesn't play well and they sort of retract. And then the people who didn't like him have the confidence to come out and say, look, he's shit, he's got to go. But it does seem at the minute, the most vocal majority that we see on social media are, get it done, but we actually don't care either way. Just hurry up.
Yeah, that is the one. It's the
which
hurry
is surprising.
Because also time is a big thing as well, and it is that looking forward and making the most of the time we have if we do know he's going. And
that sounds like you're going to visit your granddad in the hospital. That does. What it is, we just making the most of the time we have. That's all we're doing. Yeah. Take him out on a day trip.
I mean, what you don't want is for him to
Cornwall.
Take him to the zoo.
The whole day he's getting there.
Make the most of the time we have. Who knows?
What you don't want is him to play in a pre-season.
Yeah.
And the next game he's gone. He's not there for.
Or even
he's
worse,
not there for Leeds.
Start the Leeds game
and he's gone.
That and then leave.
Score 6 against QPR tomorrow, and then he's gone.
Yeah.
He's still on holiday at the moment.
Mr. Glenn Johnson with the super chat. Thank you. He said,
Glenn Johnson.
Mr. Glenn Johnson, if you used to play for Portsmouth and Liverpool, he did play for Portsmouth. I'd take a fiver to get Pogba out before we start hearing shit from Raiola every weekend before our games.
Can do one as well,
there is that in there. You do. You've sort of got the to use a wrestling reference. You got your Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
What's he called?
Oh,
something Heyman.
Heyman. Is it the Heyman?
Nah, fucking who knows?
Is it the Heyman?
That fella.
No, that's the Heyman.
Jesus Christ! What you do when someone's choking? Right. People would rather get rid of Pogba, I think. Let's talk about pre-season a little bit before we get to...
Love pre-season. Before we get to what? Is there a quiz?
You entered some sort of realm of sexuality that we don't need on this show. This is about Manchester. This is about Manchester United.
Anyway,
this is a high-class club with a lot of history. You talking about undercarriages? No, I didn't. I said Paul Heyman.
I swear, you watch this back, Moneyball came out of nowhere.
Yeah, Moneyball has nothing to do with...
I might watch
Money
it tonight.
Penny, is it?
It's on Netflix.
I don't know what it's on. I'm not the PR rep for Moneyball.
I'm not sponsored by a VPN.
Andy, what's your impression of what we saw the other day? Did you watch the pre-season match against?
Bits of it. Derby County.
Derby, of course.
Yeah, lots of good games. It was a good warm up. I mean, they needed it, and it was, like you say, it was nice for the team to see the fans again.
Yeah.
Because we both need each other. We've missed each other the last 18 months, and there's going to be a decent crowd there tomorrow as well. And we've got, there's Brentford, Preston, Everton. And it'd be nice to get the feel of the place again. It'd be quite emotional for me and my family. I'll come back to that in a bit. Yeah, but I've been to a few pre-season non-league matches this season, and it's good to get the feeling. It's very healing for the soul, football.
It is, isn't it? We play tomorrow, obviously, QPR. What are your thoughts on that game? What do you think of pre-season? Because some people think of it as like the sort of the breeding ground for the season. Here's what's that. And other people just sort of, it's just basically getting their legs back under it.
Yeah, it's getting the legs back under. It's getting the sort of know-how of how your teammate plays, and if you never played with them before, just sort of ironing out a few things, working on communication, you chat with people, just a basic understanding. I think, it's a bit random we were playing. Like, is there any logic to it, or did we just go?
I think it's,
bang,
are
bang,
you
bang.
within 30 miles? Well, I suppose Derby's a bit more, but are you
QPR's
in?
a bit
Are you
more
in?
that, right?
That's true. Yeah, I don't know.
Because
Preston makes sense. Everton makes sense. Derby kind of makes sense because they're all relative, 2-hour drives.
I remember
them.
I think
QPR.
We went to Wigan, and was it 2017? 2016, Jose's first pre-season, and there was like 6,000-7,000 Man United fans at Wigan.
That
was mint.
Yeah, that's what you want.
And basically, we took over Wigan for the day. It was fantastic.
Do you like Wigan?
Conquered Wigan.
Yeah.
Conquered Wigan for the day. Could we do Fallowfield next if you want?
Yeah. You've already conquered it, haven't you?
I've
grown up there. Written your name on the wall.
Really weird bunch of teams, but let's stretch the legs. Let's get team gelling.
If you could stretch anyone's legs, who would it be?
Luke Shaw's.
Do you think he needs it?
I'd like to feel where. Sorry.
I meant metaphorically, but you're actually going to grab his leg.
I'd like to feel.
I meant who needs to get the legs for pre-season. Oh, but you actually want to stretch someone's legs.
I thought it was one of your funny quips. Like,
no.
Would you like to feel someone's leg? I'd probably say Luke Shaw's.
Why would you like to feel his leg?
He broke it, didn't he? I'd like to see if there's a bit of scar there still.
Oh yeah, you can feel the titanium plate or something like that.
Yeah.
My mate's got a titanium plate in his jaw where he got beaten up on a night out, and they put it in after. And you can feel it, and it's really
They didn't beat him with a titanium.
No, you stick magnets. Do you stick magnets to his face?
Titanium's magnetic, because that would be a problem.
Does he go off through fingers?
No. Why is that always the question?
Why?
Does he set it off?
Yeah, why not?
Everyone always asks.
Does he stick to fridges?
Yeah, he does stick to fridges. Actually, he can't walk through a Dixon's. Does that? He puts him all off balance.
He had a nightmare once.
Puts him all off balance.
I think.
No,
Dixon's.
It's all Curry's PC world these days, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jeremy Corbyn or something, did you just say? What's that got to do with that?
I didn't say Jeremy Corbyn.
I thought you did.
No.
Who's got a point to prove in pre-season? That's what I want to know. Is anyone like Matic?
If they play.
The keepers have a point to prove, don't they?
Yeah.
If the Henderson.
Yeah, who's going to start that first game? He's going to start that first game of the season in goal. Is it De Gea, Henderson? I don't know. Depends. It could be a mixture of a little bit of experience and youth again tomorrow.
Yeah, they've got to just keep.
Garner Garner looks promising.
He had a good loan at Forest, didn't he?
Keep nice clean sheets. Get your defence sorted. Yeah, keeper's got something to prove because that gives Ollie a bit of something to think about.
Clean sheets are very difficult in this weather, though, aren't they? I often wake up with I think it's a sweat patch.
Do you think?
I think so.
Depends if it smells.
I don't smell it.
Do you not smell it?
I haven't had any taste or smell for the last few days.
Just sleep in the shower. Sleep in the shower with it running.
Do you? I'm pretty sure. I don't know if that's illegal, but it feels illegal, doesn't it?
Put your feet out the window, someone said.
What do you mean put your feet out the window?
Put your feet out the
window.
Where
do you think my bed is?
Alison Hammond on This Morning says you've got to trick your brain.
Right.
Right.
Starts with having one though, doesn't it? That's the key.
Cheeky. Trick your brain.
You sleep on your balcony if you got one.
What are we saying? Sleep with your feet out the window. Sleep in the shower. Sleep on the balcony.
Your brain
sleep in a bed.
Trick your brain in thinking it's like wintertime by watching Home Alone 2.
Is that what she said?
Yeah. And Carol singing.
Just so you know, that isn't medical advice.
Yeah, it is.
Trick your brain by thinking it's wintertime. To think it's Christmas.
Trick-or-treating.
Yeah, by having a big argument with your family. That's what I do. Oh, it's just like Christmas. I'm freezing.
Yeah, and then just before midnight, do a 10-second countdown.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Get a bowl of cold water, ice cold water, place it on the windowsill, And the
what if some local ruffian steal it like a pie?
Yeah, or what if you put your feet out the window?
Yeah.
And then you knock the ball.
I live on the 5th floor.
Depends where your bloody bed is.
I live on the 5th floor. I could be in for a tumble there. I don't live in a semi-detached. Actually, I suppose my flat is semi-detached because one side is open and the other side's got a flat on it.
Wow.
Yeah. Semi-detached. Open. Top floor, baby.
Are you on the top floor?
Yeah.
You got a balcony?
It's a balcony, but it's quite a short one. Do you know what I mean? You couldn't get a picnic table on it, but you can stand on it.
If it's that hot, sleep with your feet outside.
I said this.
Yeah, he's nicked yours now.
Sleep with your feet outside and you'll have a good night.
And listen to
the boiling point of it's the temperature point of the whole body.
This is pure shite at this point.
It's not, is it?
That's so untrue.
Sleep your feet out of the room.
Out of the room. Brilliant.
Not out the window.
Right. Someone says have a turkey dinner.
Thank you. Trick your brain. It's all about tricking your brain.
Yeah. Have a cup of tea before you go to bed. Kills you down.
People say that.
Pete K would say, have a cup of tea.
Abhishek with the super chat. People saying this is like loose women, and it is. It is like loose women.
Yeah.
It would be nice to start the season with everyone on the same page regarding next season's aim and ambitions. Paul Pogba's presence ruins that. Sell him fast.
Wow, he's got to make some.
He's got a point. He's got a valid point now. He has with that statement.
There is something about all pulling in the same direction, isn't there?
Because I'm sure
Jose's maybe the biggest advocate of that. His thing is like we're all in this together, us against the world. Everyone hates us.
Liverpool will be reeling from losing the title. They'll be all pulling together to win it. And City, well, we're going to do this again. You know what I mean? And Chelsea as well. No, but I'm talking about team, a determination to prove something. Now, Chelsea just winning the Champions League. They want to do something now in the league this season. And if the United team are all pulling together by only if one player isn't in it, that's questionable.
Just quickly on Chelsea, because obviously we've finished ahead of them the last 2 years now. Once on goal difference, season before last, pretty close. Last year, points ahead of them. As a United fan, I've never seen us win the Champions League and not win the league at the same time, right? Obviously, we did it in '68, but I wasn't alive. I don't know how I'd feel about that. Because you're like, we're the best team in Europe, but we're not the best team in England.
Yeah,
What is that? Like, if you're a Chelsea fan now, you're not walking around strolling with your chest out because you aren't the best team in England. And yet, somehow you've got to... Obviously, you'd love the fact you've won the Champions League. Yeah. But what is their mentality for next season? What even is that? Winning the Champions League and not winning the league is such a weird
treble
concept.
Season. Look at United, our treble season. We were runners-up from the previous season. So we were entering that competition. We got to the final still as runners-up from the previous season. And we won the league, won the FA Cup. We went in there into that final against Bayern Munich, Premier League champions and double winners. So it takes on meaning. But I can understand what you mean.
It's just a weird thing,
Liverpool
isn't
went
it?
through it a couple of years ago.
Liverpool was shit and won the Champions League.
I know. And Tottenham
win
the final as well.
But
obviously they won it.
Obviously, it still feels great. I'm not saying I'd love to win the Champions League and finish that. I'd take that next season, to be honest. But it's a weird thing of like, how happy are you as a fan? How much do you look at your club and think we're doing so well, but we're actually not doing that well? It's a weird one, isn't it? Yes. Like Liverpool, they won the Champions League, but they finished 5th.
Yeah.
Like, what
it's a symbol. Winning your league's a symbol of your country.
I think the league is just,
you're champions of your country.
That's the best one.
To finish,
plays into the City fans' hands that though, doesn't it?
What?
Because they'll say that it is more important than the Champions League, and that is the only thing we've really got over them still.
And about 14 league titles.
Yeah, but they're creeping.
They're creeping
year by year.
I know, imagine.
I'm saying 30 next year. But what I'm saying is, Chelsea fans might look at it from Tuchel's time in charge, so they might forget what happened in the end of the season. They might just go, listen, since he took charge, we've been acing the league. Yeah, we went on. We won the Champions League. We beat City.
Won the FA Cup.
Won the FA Cup. Yeah. And now we've got a point to prove. I'm worried about Chelsea. I think now and again Chelsea just pulls something out of the bag.
Because Chelsea won the Champions League in 2012 and the FA Cup, and it's started manager within a few months. Yeah. Football can be. I know it's different. Then I know it was different, but football can change. You could be out on your ass just like that.
Yeah, especially when you're Chelsea boss.
If Chelsea doesn't hit the ground running, then they could be like, say if they're not in the top 4, challenging with us at Christmas.
And especially if like Zidane's available, you could see them going, let's get him in. Let's try someone else out. There's a new big manager in Europe that we hadn't tasted that flavour yet. Yeah. Let's get him in.
They're running out.
I know they are. They've had to double dip on some of them.
Look at Tottenham's worries this year, you know.
But they're on the notch below, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like, who can we get that's never won out? That's their thing. Who's really good at football but has never won anything? Aditya Gwatam says Pogba upsets the squad balance right now.
Yeah.
And Lee Bolton says, ask Joe if he remembers Stuart, who used to call into his... Oh, this will be you, not me. Ask Joe if you remember Stuart, who used to call into his radio show and talk about La La Cuckoo.
Do you remember... Did you ever there for them when he was a Scottish guy and he used to be Webby and he used to call to speak to Webby and he used to be live from Piccadilly Gardens.
Yeah.
Absolutely off his head drunk.
Really?
And he used to just start singing United songs down the phone.
You know what, I like that.
You know, it was great
Respect.
fun, yeah. You know what I mean? You were on the radio and we didn't know and put the faders up.
That was good, wasn't it? We were setting up for a show on Paddock and we accidentally broadcast live on XS Manchester. And it was just basically a song interrupted by me going, is this a button?
Can I press this?
Is this it? This ain't live, is it? Literally that coming down the airwaves.
Oh, great, Stuart. Hope you're still out there, Stuart.
I hope he's not. I hope he's got a house.
Yeah. No, I don't think he was homeless.
Oh.
I feel like chilling in Piccadilly Gardens.
Okay. It's just
text in. Do you text in? How would one get
in
contact?
Piccadilly Gardens. Piccadilly Gardens is renowned for everything.
Anything you imagine, Piccadilly Gardens.
Anything goes down there.
Yeah. Let's before we go, actually, let's talk a little bit about your current situation, Andy, because we talked about it before. Well, explain it to us. What's going on?
Well, basically, my father, he's been a United fan since he was 5 years old. He started going when he was 16. He went to the 1963 FA Cup final. He got his first season ticket mid-70s when I was born a few months later. And he's held that season ticket up until this week. Now, I understand basically everything has to go digital. I accept that. But before this, last 18 months, everyone's been upset, isolating, what you call it, lonely. Yeah. Now, Matt, Manchester United contacted me regarding my father's season ticket details. I agreed everything with them. I told my dad, you have to agree this as well. So my dad phoned him up, start of June, and he thought he agreed it there and then. And they told him to phone back 3 days later. But as they say, I'm not as old people. He thought he sorted it, and he's very upset. It's upsetting me this now. It did not go over the line. And Manchester United sold my dad's season ticket, which he had since 1974. It's really upsetting me. So I've spoken to the club, and there's nothing they can do about it. I'm really upset, and I'm not putting this on. People can hate me, but I am genuinely upset for my father because he made me support United. He's a bigger red than me, and he's 73 years old. And I've spoken to the club, and all I got is nothing we can do. Nothing we can do. So to anybody at the club that wants to contact my father or me, I know I'm not on the popularity list in the club. I get that. But it's what you call it. Is it possible you could sort something out, free a seat up for me, old man, because it's really getting to me, and I think my dad's ready to give up on watching United and going, and it's tearing me apart. And I just want anybody from the club to phone me or phone me dad or email me, because they've got my details at the club. And maybe just speak. I know they won't listen because they never do. And they've sold it onto some for double the value and probably sold it to the full price, whoever. And I just want to try and, if it's possible, to get
the season back.
Get my dad's card
back. It's also about, you said as well, because it's not just about him, is it? There's a little group of mates that go, or all the
he's with his friends. He's been there since, in that section. He's had a season to go all along, but he's been in that section since 92, 93 when the Stretford end was built. And it's really heartbreaking for me, and my dad and my family.
The fact that, like, I know obviously they said, oh, you ring back in a couple of days or whatever, but like I said, people get forgetful things, but it's not always the same.
I get that. But it's all gone digital and online. They didn't even want to know. I mean, a phone call, a letter. Usually, every season they will send a letter out.
For nearly 50
it's ready to
years.
renew. It's ready to renew. They didn't even do that. And it just proves to me what the club is.
Yeah.
Commercially, they really don't care. They project this image as a family club, history and tradition. Well, you've totally sold out.
And it's not as though they didn't know he wanted to renew it. He's been on the phone to him and said, I want to renew it. What do I have to do?
Everything agreed. He thought he agreed it.
He couldn't be more aware that he wants this ticket for next season.
Yeah,
it's not like, oh, we didn't know. We didn't hear from you.
I mean, we admit on our part, my dad made a mistake.
No, of course.
But it's his mistake. But he's upset. He's upset. Yeah. And I want my dad's season ticket back or anywhere near where he sits.
Yeah.
And I know the club won't answer. They'll go silent like they always do. But if the club want to talk to me or talk to my father, please get in contact. Reach out, please, because if my dad's ready to give up on United, it's really going to affect me. Because he's the reason I support United.
It's such a big part of your
It's a big part of his life.
Yeah.
Massive. Do anything you can.
Yeah, if anyone has
anybody at the ticket office or in the club, please contact me or my father. Thank you.
So just sad, isn't it, that, like you said, we sort of play on these traditions and supposed family values, and we're here
playing
for
the emotions.
for this, playing the emotions, and then
it's all gone digital. Look, we missed the deadline. My dad thought he paid.
Yeah,
he didn't. It's all done online, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of just excuses from the club, and that's it.
Yeah,
from me.
Help us out. We'll try and sort something.
Kiki in the comments there saying they should really know that people who have held a season ticket for 50 years might not be great when things are changing to digital. Like that's probably not going to be.
I mean, I went to the ticket office. I spoke to him, and they said to me, "Well, other people of your father's age have done it and older." And I said, "Not everybody.
No,
not everybody can do this,
point,
mate.
Is it?
It's not the point. It's not the point. So they're just hiding behind lies and excuses, and I'm just disappointed and fed up with the club."
Right, thank you. We'll hopefully be able to
do what we can.
Yeah, sort something out. Like I said, if anyone is watching who works at United or in the ticket office or anywhere really, knows, please let us know or let Andy know. Contact Andy if you can. Thank you very much for coming on, Andy. Sorry to end on a bit of a sour note, but it's been good to see you again. I've not seen you for a bit. Same with you, Joe. Yeah. Not seen you since the start of lockdown.
Happy birthday to Joe for tomorrow, by the way.
Birthday tomorrow, lads.
Birthday tomorrow.
Happy birthday, lads.
Thank you very much.
United win on the agenda as well.
I hope so. Hope so.
Big upset though if he gets beat back QPI. Ruin his birthday.
Luckily, it's pre-season. I'm glad my birthday usually falls on pre-season, because if we were playing like Liverpool or something in the league, that could just ruin your whole birthday, couldn't it? You lose
even if it's a friendly.
Yeah, exactly.
Have a lovely birthday.
Thank you very much. Thank you to everyone at home. Stephen Howson will be back next week. He's been in Cornwall, as I said. So far away.
Cornish pasties suit him down there. Ice cream. G7 Summit.
Not bad.
I won't be surprised if some of them are still out.
I bet there's still a few microchips knocking about. Some earpieces in the somewhere. Yeah, they do. We've done with all that.
The presidential motorcade. I'm sure there's a couple of bulletproof vehicles left lying around.
Motorcade.
Motorcade, yeah.
One of the great words.
What?
Motorcade.
Yeah.
That's the president's like
flashing lights,
sort of phalanx of cars,
all black.
Yeah, didn't
flashing cars, flashing lights.
Changed, a phalanx.
Right. Thank you to everyone at home for joining us. Make sure you subscribe if you aren't already. We're very close to 600,000 subscribers. Woo. Try and help us get over the line. Also, this podcast is available on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts. All of our podcasts go up on there as well. So if you're not checking them out there, make sure you do. They go up the same day. Put it on in the bath, on a bungee jump, wherever. If you're working...
Find a great white shark, put it on, listen to that.
Working the night shift, get it on.
Great white shark.
Yeah, you're fighting a great white shark. Put it on, listen to that.
Hitting it in the nose with a baseball bat.
Yeah.
Right, that's enough of that nonsense from you two. Thank you very much for joining us at home. Cheers again, lads.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you in a bit.